I got 7 o'clock, don't you? Yep. It is 7 o'clock. We do have a quorum. We'll call the meeting, City Council meeting to order. First items on the agenda are the invocation given by Councilman Thornhill and the pledge both the American and Texas flags by Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Durham.
If you would bow your heads for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight and give thanks for so many things that we take for granted, the blessings that you bestow on us. We give thanks for sending your Son to us, that we celebrate his resurrection. We ask tonight that you help guide us and make decisions for our city that's best and pleasing in your sight. We ask that you help those who are hurting tonight and wrap your arms around them and love them and comfort them, especially the family that suffered a tragedy Easter morning. We ask that you and pray that you comfort those that are sick and heal them. And we ask that you protect those who protect us and serve us. And in this name, in Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under the
Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Got a couple of presentations and proclamations we're going to do tonight, and you know, sometimes we do these and we kind of think it's just a formality and things, but I had to tell you, last council meeting we did one of these, and we actually did it for our police department, our police association here, and it was for the Texas Police Chiefs Association, and our police department was credited with the Best Practices Award. And later in the week, I had the opportunity to go to the banquet celebration where they gave us this award, and it was such an honor for me to be there with other mayors and other police chiefs and stuff around the community that came up to me and told us what a icon we are in the Metroplex, how people look up to our police department here in this community, and what a wonderful job we did. Basically, we were kind of envy of the Metroplex, and it really, I said, wow, how lucky I am to be mayor to be able to do that. So we want to again thank you, Chief, and your department for all you do. Appreciate that. So with that, I've got a special proclamation I'd like to do now. So if Joy Cartmill would come up, and I believe she has some guests with her. Taylor Applin, if you're here, come on down. Macy Potter, I'm going to get all of you, I hope. Victoria East, Ashley Vanderwater, Shelby John, Elizabeth Colby, and Levi Robertson. Come on over here close to me. I won't buy it, I promise. The chief's got a big gun just in case I do. Well, y'all know how to make a man look old, don't you? You know, we're in all the time reading in the news and seeing on TV things with our troubled youth and what's the world coming to with our youth. Well, this is just one example of some excellent youth, and some excellent leadership for our youth, and they have done this city very proud. Not just this year, but over the many years, but this year especially. And so with that, we want to present them with this proclamation. Whereas Louisville High School is a school rich in school spirit and traditions that have been honored for over 112 years. And whereas LHS cheerleaders maintain and revere the time-honored traditions and participate in opportunities to build school spirit with the LHS student body, parents, and community members. And whereas LHS cheerleaders are part of a long maroon line reflecting high standards set forth by LHS Bell Crew founder David Wright. And whereas Joy Cartmill, cheerleader sponsor, has chosen to commit her time, energy, and career to teaching and coaching high school students. And whereas LHS cheerleaders have supported each other through major emotional and physical obstacles. And whereas LHS cheerleaders represented Louisville High School and Louisville, Texas at district, regional, state, and national competitions. And whereas LHS cheerleaders won 4th place at the 2010 National High School Cheerleading Competition in Orlando, Florida. Now, therefore, I, Dean Euchert, Mayor of the City of Louisville, Texas, do hereby proclaim special recognition to the Louisville High School cheerleaders for playing this 5th day, April 2010. And I want to thank all of y'all so very much.
I'm Joy Cartmill, and I have had the pleasure and honor to be able to coach these young athletes. And this has been a tremendous year for us. A lot of times people don't know what goes into this type of competition, and they have to compete to be able to go to nationals against the top teams in the nation. And once they get there, that's just where the fun kind of begins. These kids start in March, and they don't finish until February. So they're pretty much one of the only athletic activities that goes almost year-round. They're up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Almost all of their weekends are spent just doing things in the community, preparing for this competition. We've been greatly supported by all of you all here in the community and by our administrative staff at Louisville High School, Mr. Burns, our principal, just everyone in the community, and we are very grateful to be here, and thank you so much for recognizing these young athletes.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the hard work.
Good job, guys.
That's what we call community spirit. Thank you all so much. Now we got another very special proclamation that I'd like to give out here. So if I could have Dan Leal come up, Elaine Emery, and Sharon Gideon, y'all please come forward here. There you go.
Who are you?
You know, these 3 people are very special people in our community. Sometimes our society has to deal with things that are not very pretty and are difficult to deal with and a challenge. And you take special people like this right here to, along with the people they work with, to come forward and help make sure that those challenges get met and that people are taken care of. And tonight we want to recognize them for this, and we also want to bring to you the awareness of what's going on out there, try to help people make aware of what's going on, what's happening, and to the prevention that we need to enlist ourselves in to work with these agencies to help prevent some of these things. So with that, I'll do one of them in each one. Whereas nearly 200,000 children in Texas are reported as abused or neglected every year, and whereas there were 4,742 alleged victims of child abuse and neglect in Denton County in fiscal year 2009, and whereas there were 4 fatalities as a result of abuse or neglect in Denton County in fiscal year 2009, and whereas child abuse prevention is a community responsibility and finding solution depends on involvement among all people. And whereas Denton County must make every effort to promote programs that benefit children and their families. And whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among nonprofit agencies, schools, religious organizations, the business community, government, and law enforcement. And whereas Cumberland Presbyterian Children's Home, court-appointed special advocacies, CASA, of Denton County, and Children's Advocacy Center for Denton County strongly believe everyone in the community should become more aware of child abuse prevention and take action to help parents raise their children in a safe, nurturing environment. Now, therefore, I, Dean Euchert, Mayor of the City of Louisville, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2010 as Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month in the City of Louisville, Texas, and urge all citizens to work together to help reduce child abuse and neglect significantly in years to come. And with us tonight, I have Dan Leal, I'm sorry, Dan, and then we have Miss Elaine, I'm sorry, Elaine, no, and they're both with Children's Advocacy Center. And they do a wonderful job. In fact, they had a big event this last week, bringing their, last Monday, I believe it was, bringing everybody to the awareness. And then we had Jan Giddings, who is with CASA. And both of them do wonderful work. All three of them do wonderful work. I want you to know that kind of tell a little bit about how you work with them. Thank you.
I'll be very brief. I just wanted to say that I look around this room and the audience, the staff members here, city council members, and I just want to thank you all because Louisville, Texas, City of Louisville staff and the city council, the committees that y'all have, the CDBG committee, are all so supportive of what we do, both at the Children's Advocacy Center for Denton County and at CASA, and we're very, very grateful for that. The Children's Advocacy Center for Denton County is privileged to call Louisville home, and we've called you home since 1997, and we've been privileged to help so many children in our community. Today I was at the center coming back from lunch at about 1 o'clock, and there was a young lady in our hallway in her early 20s looking at brochures, and I asked her if I could help her. And she says, well, I'm just getting some brochures for a class that she's a student at NCTC. I offered to give the young lady a tour, and on my tour I came to find out that she was actually a child that we served 11 years ago at the Children's Advocacy Center, and fortunately her perpetrator was sentenced to 40 years in prison in Highland Village is where that happened, and she's doing so well now. She's a college student about to get married, healthy, recovered. She received justice and she received healing, and it was so great to see that, and it's very ironic that that happened today. Sherry, I'll let you tell them a little bit about CASA.
Well, thank you, and thank you for just a moment of your time. I can't say probably anything better than what Dan just told you, except we have been providing services through CASA to children who are abused and neglected and taken out of their homes. So we like to tell you that we're serving the worst of the worst, and we are proud to say that we partner with the City of Louisville and have for many, many years, have been providing services here for 18 years, and because of your support, we're able to continue doing that. So thank you on behalf of all the children that we're able to serve. Thank you for your support.
I just want to commend these two individuals for the work. They're the ones that are in the trenches. The rest of us are on the periphery. So would you all just give them a hand, because they have a tough job.
You hold one, too. Let's get over and get some photos. Right here. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next item on the agenda is item number D, continued public hearing, consideration of an ordinance for a zone change request from specific use district landfill to specific use district landfill, and two variances to the Louisville City Code on a 337.268 acre tract located at 801 East College Street, further identified as Louisville Landfill Edition Lot 1, Block A, as requested by Louisville Landfill Texas LP, the property owner. The recommendation of staff is to continue this public hearing until May 17th, which will allow the applicant time to address the completion of College Street paving project. Council?
Move to continue to May 17th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to continue until May 17th. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is visitor citizen forum. At this time, any person with business before the council not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the council. No formal action can be taken on these items at this meeting. I do not have any cards filled out, so we'll move on to the next item. Consent agenda. All of the following items on the consent agenda are considered to be self-explanatory by the council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or a citizen so requests. For a citizen to request removal of an item, a speaker card must be filled out and submitted to the city secretary. I do not have any cards filled out. Councilman Durham?
Mayor, if nobody has any, move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion to approve the consent agenda by Councilman Durham and a second by Councilman Grena. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 14 is consideration of an ordinance amending the Louisville City Code, Chapter 10, Article 3, Section 10-71, by prohibiting the consumption of an alcoholic beverage or the possession of an open container of an alcoholic beverage at the Lake Park Disc Golf Course or within 15 feet of the Lake Park Disc Golf Course. Louisville has 2 disc golf courses, one at L.L. Woods Park and one at Lake Park. Alcohol is allowed at Lake Park, but is prohibited by the current ordinance at L.L. Woods Park. Staff received several complaints concerning the use of alcohol at the Lake Park disc golf course from park users and local residents. The park board reviewed the ordinance and complaints received regarding use of alcohol at the Lake Park disc golf course. That's hard to say. Due to the inconsistency of the ordinance, which prohibits the consumption of alcohol at the L.L. Woods disc golf course and all other athletic facilities, but allows use of alcohol at the Lake Park golf course, the park board voted unanimously to recommend City Council prohibit the use of alcohol at the Lake Park disc golf course. The recommendation is council approve the ordinance as set forth in the caption above. Councilman Grena.
Unless anybody has anything to add or say, make a motion to approve the changes to the ordinance so that's consistent with all our parks.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Grena. We have a second by Councilman Watts. All in favor?
Does he need to read?
Aye.
Whoops, I'm sorry, Councilor. I beg your pardon.
I can read the caption. This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, amending Chapter 10, Article 3, Section 10-71 of the Louisville City Code by prohibiting the consumption of an alcoholic beverage or the possession of an open container of alcoholic beverage at the Lake Park Disc Golf Course or within 15 feet of the Lake Park Disc Golf Course, providing for a repealer, providing for severability, providing a penalty, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
Now, see there, Councilor, that was rather difficult, challenging to say. And you only had to say it twice. I had to say it like 17 times when I read that. It is challenging. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, sir. Item 15, consideration of an ordinance establishing a Brownfields Advisory Committee. In September 2009, the City of Louisville was awarded $400,000 from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency in the form of 2 community-wide Brownfield assessment grants. Grant implementation is subject to the terms and conditions of the United States Environmental Protection Agency cooperative agreements, which stipulate that the city must establish an advisory body to consider and make recommendations regarding the selection of sites to be assessed. Staff recommends that the Planning and Zoning Commission serve as this committee. Its recommendation staff is to approve the ordinance. Councilman Watts.
Unless anyone has any questions, move to approve.
Have a motion to approve by Councilman Watt, a second by Councilman Durham. Councilor?
Okay, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, establishing a Brownfields Advisory Committee, providing a repealer, providing a severability clause, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16, consideration of an ordinance amending the Louisville City Code, Chapter 7, Article 5, Special Events by deleting Section 7-171 and Section 1-177 and replacing with new text. The current special events ordinance is in need of revision for clarification purposes. Staff has identified areas in the ordinance that have recently become problematic. Staff is requesting that City Council repeal the sections and replace them with the proposed ordinance. The recommendation is Council approve the requested changes to the ordinance as set forth in the caption above. Councilman Thornhill.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any issues with this, and I'll go ahead and move that we approve the requested changes to the ordinance.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Thornhill to approve, a second by Councilman Watts. Counselor?
Okay, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, amending the Louisville City Code, Chapter 7, Article 5, Special Events, by amending the frequency of special event permits, providing clarification for setup and takedown procedures, providing for a repealer, providing for severability, providing a penalty, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 17, consideration of an ordinance amending Louisville City Code, Chapter 2, Article 8, Section 2-201, fee schedule regarding fees for the farmers market. The city will hold the Old Town Farmers Market on Saturdays from May 15th through October 30th. Some vendors have requested the option of paying for the entire season in a single registration rather than the weekly and monthly options currently available. This option also could reduce the demand on staff time to collect and process vendor payments. In addition, market visitors have expressed interest in seeing arts and crafts vendors added to the event, something that staff has found to be common among competing markets in the area. Both of these proposals require a change to the city's fee schedule. Recommendation is council approve the ordinance. Councilman Durham?
If there's nothing else, move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to approve by Councilor Durham and a second by Councilman Grena. Counselor?
Okay, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, amending the Louisville City Code, Chapter 2, Article 8, Section 2-201, the fee schedule, by adding rental fees for Louisville Old Town Farmers Market, providing a repealer, providing for severability, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 18, declare a vacancy exists in alternate place number 2 on the Zoning Board of Adjustment in consideration of appointment to fill the vacancy. At the March 15, 2010 City Council meeting, Council appointed alternate place number 2 Zoning Board of Adjustment member Antonio Galazzi to place number 2 due to the resignation of Stephanie Rogers. The appointment of Mr. Galazzi has created a vacancy in the alternate number 2 position. Recommendation staff is that council declare a vacancy exists in alternate number 2 and of Zoning Board Adjustment and consider an appointment to fill the vacancy. Councilman Grena.
I'd like to move that the alternate, to state that there is a vacancy does exist for place 2, alternate place 2, and consider an appointment to fill the vacancy. Just recommend Rochelle Jones, who's been a 13-year resident of Louisville, and she's got a human resources and relations and business background. And if no one else has any objections, I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Grena, second by Councilman Watts, and that satisfies both requests, doesn't it? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. As discussed in the workshop session, you do have the 2 reports in the back, the letter on internal control and management comments, and the first quarter 2010 Boards and Commission attendance reports. So with that, in accordance of Texas Government Code Subchapter D, Section 551.071, contemplated litigation regarding Grande Communications and Verizon, Section 551.072, property acquisition, and Section 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiation. We convene into executive session. position, and Section 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiation. We do have a quorum, call the meeting back to order. Is there any action to be taken, council?
Move to adjourn.
Have a motion. We have a motion to adjourn by Councilman Grena, a second by Councilman Durham. All in favor?
Aye. Go Butler.
Opposed?
That was just Go Butler.
What?
That was Go Butler.
Oh, go Butler. I'm like, whoa, who was that?
That's one thing we didn't do tonight.